Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chesney. I'm a flower farmer here in the southeast of England. We are currently in the depths of winter. It is freezing. It's January, obviously. I don't know the exact date today. I have a few hours free. So I'm going to crack on with some jobs, but I thought I would just quickly give you a little overview of what's going on, what I've got to do. Yeah, just share a little update. I haven't actually shared a little tour of my new growing area, so I'm going to do that now. Obviously this is the polytunnel which you saw me finish in my last video. So it is absolutely, we had a hard frost last night, so it is frozen solid in here. I'm so glad I put the frost fleece over the ranunculus. Can't actually check on them yet because they're frozen, they've stuck to the frost fleece, so I can't peel it back and look at them because I'll just tear the leaves off. So I'm gonna wait for it to thaw out a bit in here because the sun is out today, so it's a beautiful day. So yeah, and then I'll check on them. So I currently have 2 ranunculus beds. This end bit is for some anemones and my latest sown ranunculus, which I'm going to do a spring sowing because these are my autumn planted ones. And then my final bed is for my sweet peas because I said in my last video I'm going to grow them under cover. And then coming out into this small area here, it's kind of just like a little area, but what I thought was I would have my cold frames along here in this corner. So yeah, I thought I would harden off my plants out here before I plant them out into the field. And then if I turn around, I then have the rest of the growing area. So in total, I think it is 40 metres by 40 metres, so it is a perfect square. Along the whole back bit is going to be my beds, so I should get about 20 beds in there with the paths in between because it's 40 metres. With 1 metre bed and 1 metre path, it should roughly work out about 20 beds. And along this part, sorry the lighting's so bad, right along here I have dug a trench. So I do no dig on my flower farm. However, the tulips, I decided to dig a trench because I was thinking about doing it in the crate method, but then I'd have to source loads of crates and the cost was just becoming too expensive, and I didn't want to get loads of plastic crates and keep using loads of plastic. So I just thought I'm just going to do it the old school method and dig a trench and plant them out. So yeah, I've dug a trench along here, along the side of the polytunnel. I'll try and show you because this is very bright. So this is my trench that I've dug, and then I've started, which is very wonky because I haven't lined it up properly yet, my no dig bed, and in here I planted loads of bare root peonies, which I was kindly gifted from Dutch Grown. They're a Dutch company in Holland, and they're just kind of breaking out into the English market, I believe. So yeah, they kindly contacted me and asked if I would like to trial some of their bare root peonies, which I was over the moon about. So I've planted them up, and then I also invested in a few David Austin roses. I've planted my bare root roses. I still need to finish off this bed around here and yeah, obviously level it all out. So I've got 2 beds in the middle, so I've got my spring bulbs and my peonies and roses, and then yeah, over the back end behind the polytunnel I'm gonna do a hard stand-in and have my greenhouse moved over here. And yeah, I haven't quite worked out and decided what I'm doing with the middle yet. It's kind of just all my soil has been dumped here from the farmer who brought it on his trailer. So yeah, but I am going to make a start on my beds today. I really just want to get that done. Sorry, there is literally nowhere to stand where this sun isn't so bright, but basically I want to make a start on my beds ready for when I come to plant out my plant babies. So I obviously do the no dig method here on the farm, which entails laying loads of cardboard down and then compost, and then yeah, it's kind of your bed's essentially done. However, it would take a lot of cardboard. I do actually have quite a fair bit of cardboard now because I kindly had loads donated. However, I don't think I have enough to cover the whole space. So what I'm essentially going to do is cover it all with, I've got some tarpaulin. It's actually silage tarp, which farmers use to wrap their like straw and hay and stuff. So I'm going to lay that down, start killing off the grass, and I can't mow the grass because it's too wet and cold. Another reason why I'm not doing the cardboard method is because I am not traipsing back and forth constantly getting cardboard and layering it down. It would take me forever, and that's one thing I'm trying to do, is utilise my time better. So I'm going to use the silage tarp to layer it on top. I've got some heavy concrete slabs that I'm going to lay on it to hold it down, and hopefully that will start killing back the grass, stopping it from being able to photosynthesize, and yeah, it will naturally decompose. So let's get cracking because I haven't got long. Right, so I'm having to resort to an alternative plan because these are my concrete blocks, slabs that I was going to use. However, they are frozen solid to the ground. I cannot get those up. It's burning my fingers drying as well. So I've managed to pick up the silage tarp, which weighs an absolute ton. It's like a dead body. So I've loaded that in my flower cart thing. So I'm going to take that into the growing area. And I'm gonna lay it down. I have got some like weed membrane pegs, so I'm gonna see how thick the tarp is before I roll it out, see if I can pierce it, and then if I can, I'm just gonna peg it all down like that, and then at a later date when the ground has thawed out and I can actually get these off the ground, I will pick them up and move them in there for like added protection to help keep it down. At least I rolled it in a straight line. Oh. Also, can I just say, I am on the back end of having the lurgy. I have absolutely zero energy. So doing this is definitely very difficult, but yeah, I need to go and get the scissors now. So I left the scissors in the greenhouse from doing the frost fleece the other day. So I'm just going over there now to get them. It would have been so easy to just go, oh no, I won't bother today. I'll just sit down, relax, take it easy. It's Baltic cold outside. Don't feel too great. Have absolutely zero energy. But unfortunately, if you do that, nothing gets done. So, and I'm not advocating, like, I'm all for resting your body when you need to rest. But I have had a lot of rest days lately. So, yeah, it's about time that I get on. Seedlings are all looking good, despite it being freezing. Drooping on plants is like completely normal, by the way. It's something to do with them drawing the moisture out of their leaves, because obviously when water freezes, it expands. And I read somewhere that it can damage plant cells because it ruptures the cell, or something like that. I'm not very good at, I read it and I'm like, oh wow, that's fascinating, but I'm not very good at retaining the information a lot of the time. So I'm getting there, sorry the sun's really bad still. Just doing the pegs. I don't think these alone are going to hold it if we have really windy weather. So I do really need to get those concrete blocks as soon as possible, really, to help reinforce it. It's not as wide as I thought it was going to be, but looking at it, I think that's more than enough space, to be honest. Right, so that is a job done. I will have to check and try and move those blocks another time when they have thawed out. Hopefully I might be able to do it later on this afternoon if I get a chance. The thing to remember is I do all this part-time and I do all this around my little one, so I don't have a team of people. I do it all solo with the help of my husband as well when he's around, but he does also work full-time. So I know I said I wanted to use less plastic, but I think you have to be just a bit realistic in what you can achieve. And when you are growing on a mass scale, unfortunately sometimes you do have to use a bit of plastic here and there. However, I will be keeping this for as long as it lasts. It was an investment piece, it wasn't cheap, it was quite expensive, and yeah, I'm hoping if I take good care of it, then yeah, it will last me for many years to come. So I'm not just kind of using it and disposing of it and making loads of rubbish. I will use it as much as possible and yeah, try and get the maximum I can from it. Unfortunately, I think you can't be perfect in everything. I really do try in all other areas, and yeah, I want to do membrane free beds, so I don't want to use membrane on my beds like I have in my previous patch. However, I will be using it for the path because again, I need to be realistic in what I can achieve, and having to cut grass, mow grass, paths and stuff is just something that I cannot afford to do. I have to be realistic with my time and what I can achieve. So yeah, this is the new, sorry the lighting is so bad, the sun is so low. I'll stand here because it's much better lighting. The sun is hiding behind the polytunnel. I should probably say my next steps. I will leave this on for a good while now. Hopefully the grass will start dying back eventually. And once that's died back, what I might do is flip it over and put it the other side so it goes up to the gate where the trolley is basically. Because yeah, I wanted it all killed off this side. And then the next steps after that will kind of be mapping out my beds. So like I said, I am going to have weed membrane for the paths. So what I will do is I will lay out where the paths are going to go, leaving the space for my beds, measuring out my beds. I'm going to do it all properly. My other half will be pleased to know. I am going to do the string and the posts and yeah, measure it out properly so it's all straight. And yeah, and then I will, when I've done all my paths and I know where my beds are going to be, I will then layer loads of cardboard and layer loads of fresh compost on. I need to contact the farmer and arrange for another load of the compost to be delivered. Unfortunately, our garden's like a bog at the minute, so it probably won't be for a little while before he can deliver, because he comes in a big tractor with a massive trailer. So yeah, I don't want to, I'm sure they won't get stuck, but he probably won't be pleased driving through it. So yeah, I'll have to see what he says. Maybe he can come over and have a look, see what he thinks. So yeah, it's just a case of leaving it now and praying that there's no storms, loads of windy weather. I really, really want to get those concrete blocks on there ASAP, because then that'll be a weight off my mind. That'll be that bit done. On to the other stuff. So I've got seed sowing left to do. I also want to finish straightening out and sorting out the rest of this no dig bed down here. And yeah, just be planting out my anemones. Just getting everything set up and ready for the mammoth seed sowing, which begins in February. I do all my seed sowing mid-Feb. It's kind of a good time to date towards our last frost date. And then yeah, it'll be the mammoth planting out task, which is just, it feels at the time never ending. When you have thousands and thousands of plants to plant out, it is a big job. But then in the summer, when you're looking at all of those flowers in bloom, you just think, I did that. It's so rewarding and so worth it. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me set up my flower patch. It'll be so much fun in a few months' time to look back and see all the flowers in there and how big of a transformation it is. So yeah, stick along for the ride, and if there's anything else you would like me to share, please do let me know. I really appreciate all your support. Please do like and share my videos, because it really helps me out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because yeah, your support means so much. I really do want to kind of make this all a thing, so I can't do it without you. So I do really appreciate the support, and yeah, stick around for the next video on setting up my flower patch, because it's going to be a mammoth task.